The idea of making money from trading every single day, it sounds like the ultimate dream, doesn't it? For most people, that's all it is, a dream. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be. This isn't about getting lucky or finding some magic formula. It's about having a rock-solid, disciplined approach. So today, we're going to break down the framework for consistent wins, drawing on the core ideas from the book, Winning Trades Every Day. So let's just get right to it and ask the big question. Is making money every day actually possible, or is it just a fantasy? Look, the market is going to do what the market is going to do. It's unpredictable. But the real key to winning isn't about predicting the market. It's about controlling yourself. And the path to doing that is way clearer than you might think. So what's the secret sauce? Well, it really just boils down to these three things, these three pillars: your mindset, your strategy, and your discipline. If you can master these three, you can master the game. This is what separates the people who consistently win from everyone else. Let's start with the most powerful weapon you have.
And that weapon, believe it or not, is your own mind. Seriously, before you even think about looking at a chart, you've got to get your head straight. Your decisions, your emotions, your biases. This is where the real battle for profit is actually won or lost. And you can see the huge difference right here. The amateur trader treats the market like a casino, just riding this wild emotional roller coaster. But the professional, they treat it like a business, a serious operation with a clear plan, strict rules, and cold, hard analysis. So you've got to ask yourself, which one are you?
Now, these two emotions, fear and greed, are the absolute biggest destroyers of your trading account. Fear is that little voice whispering in your ear, telling you to sell way too early and leave a ton of profit on the table. And then there's greed, which screams at you to take just one more crazy risk, which, let's be honest, usually ends in a massive loss. A winning trader isn't someone who feels nothing. They're just someone who knows how to manage these feelings. This is such a crucial point. Winning every day does not mean you never lose. That's impossible. Losses are just part of the game. You have to start thinking of every loss not as a failure, but as the tuition fee you paid for a valuable lesson. The key is to accept it, learn from it, and make your system even better. So, to wrap up this first pillar, you absolutely have to make this mental shift. Your main focus shouldn't be just on making money. It should be on making the right decisions based on your plan. Because if you consistently make the right moves, trust me, the money will follow.
Okay, so once you've got that winning mindset locked in, we can move on to pillar number 2, strategy. Now, this isn't about some super complex, secret algorithm nobody knows about. Nope. It's about building a smart, simple, and repeatable plan. It's all about focused execution. Here's the core of the one trade idea. Focus on quality over quantity. It's that simple. Especially when you're starting out, taking a bunch of trades just gives you more chances to mess up. Instead, pour all your energy into finding just one really high probability setup for the day. This keeps you calm, focused, and keeps your risk way down. So, how do you actually find that one great trade? Well, you start by learning the market's language. First, what's the trend? Is the price generally heading up or down? Then you find your key support and resistance levels, those price floors and ceilings where the market usually reacts. You combine that with chart patterns to nail down your entry and exit points. But the most important part, you have all these rules figured out before you even dream of clicking that buy or sell button. Think of these as your must-have tools. Chart patterns, they help you read the story the market is telling you. Trend analysis, that tells you which direction you should be heading. And risk management, which we're about to get to, that's your shield. It's what makes sure you can stay in the game long enough to actually win. But listen, even with the best strategy and the best tools, none of it matters without this one thing: patience. The market is going to throw a million opportunities at you, but not all of them are your opportunities. You have to have the discipline to wait for that perfect setup that fits your plan. Trading just because you're bored is probably the fastest way to lose your money. All right, that brings us to our final pillar. And honestly, it's arguably the most important one. You can have the best mindset and a brilliant strategy, but if you don't have discipline and risk management, long-term success is just impossible. This is what keeps you in the game for years, not just for one good day. I know this sounds totally backward, but it is the absolute golden rule of trading. Your number one job is not to make a profit, it's to protect your capital. Why? Because if you lose all your money, you're out of the game. It's that simple. Think of it like sports. Offense wins games, but defense wins championships. So how do we play defense while still trying to score? It all comes down to the risk-to-reward ratio. A pro will only take a trade if the potential reward is at least 2 or even 3 times bigger than the potential risk. That way, you don't even have to win every single trade to be profitable. Over the long run, the math is just on your side. Discipline is literally the bridge that connects your goals to your success. It means you follow your own rules no matter what your gut is screaming at you. Your plan is your roadmap, you have to stick to it. Your stop loss is your safety net, always, always respect it. And the second you feel that wave of emotion taking over, that's your cue to step away. And how do you make sure you're staying disciplined? You track everything. You keep a journal. For every single trade, you write down why you took it, what happened, and what you learned. This is how you find your weaknesses, double down on what works, and constantly get better. So there you have it. It's not some magic trick, right? It's a powerful formula built on 3 solid pillars: a professional mindset, a focused strategy, and unbreakable discipline. You put those 3 together, and that right there is the blueprint for consistent wins. And really, this whole thing leads to one final thought. The biggest challenge in trading isn't trying to figure out what the market is going to do next. The market's going to do its thing. The real challenge, the real battle, is mastering your own emotions, your own impulses, and your own discipline. The fight isn't out there on the charts. It's right here, inside you.